Hi folks, and welcome to this week's track guide at Barcelona. Historic. This has the, in my opinion, better last two corners where you're not messing around with them awkward chicanes with a massive curb. So let's crack on into it and go to the info tab so you can see their track usage 45% is what I always use. Track temp 83 Fahrenheit degrees will be above my head, and you can see their setup is identical to Barcelona Historic. The lap I'm actually going to show you is going to be lap 18, so it was the fastest lap of the stint, and I had a 1.1 gallon left of fuel as I crossed the line to finish the lap, so I had a bit more start in the lap. 1 minute 33.869, so that's what we did in the end. Few corners to get right. Turn 1 and that sort of complex turn 2 and turn 3, you make sure you get that right. I was losing a good chunk of time if I was pushing it into turn 1, so be mindful of that one. And coming on to the main straight here at the bottom, make sure you do not run too far wide because you lose a chunk of time there as well. Otherwise, above my head you should see my Discord. That will have the OLAP, BLAP telemetry and replay file, and also have a little Google Docs of where the track guides appear and what I've done in the past, all that mumbo jumbo for the ones I've actually covered. And the other screen you'll see up there is how I get into these sessions, so try and make it as accurate as possible. I pre-record these on a Monday before the week goes live, if that makes sense, the week before goes live. I'm hoping to start live streaming it. I'm live streaming this one as we speak, and everyone's hearing me doing mumbo jumbo. But yeah, if you want to come along and hang out, and we do a week ahead, but that's how I get into the sessions. Otherwise, enough of me waffling, let's crack on. Welcome to Barcelona, this fantastic little rascal, and we are hunting down a really good start-finish straight down here, so be careful of dive bombs into turn 1. It's pretty fast, so if you can get up the inside, then it's going to be a good move. 100 meter board, just as we pass it, we are standing on the brakes. Use a little bit of the red and white, don't go too far there as an off-track. Avoid this yellow sausage curb on the apex there, it will ruin this car. Most other cars you can straddle it, but avoid it like the plague. Short shift around turn 2 and try and stay as far left as you can. Really opened up turn 3 here. Turn 3 is the longest corner in the history of the world, so make sure you get a nice late apex and just ease that throttle to make sure the car turns in, to give that curb a little cheeky tickle on the way past. As we're coming out the corner now, let the car drift out to the green concrete over there, but don't run too far on it, it is an off track. At the bridge, we are braking just under it and kind of turn the car straight into the corner. And then we want to keep slowing it down all the way to the apex, then build the power back up. You see it drifts out wide a little bit. That's why I'm sort of half throttle, build the power easily, get a bit of oversteer. So just be mindful of that, facing the wrong way, and out you come. Watch the exit curve because it is very narrow. Kind of the third light towards the end. Really awkward braking zone with this. Be very cautious, easy to lock a wheel. It's a downhill braking zone and a very, very slow corner. You want to get a good exit out here and don't run too far wide. You can use the exit curb here, but if you go off the red and white, it can be an off track, so be mindful of that. Quick speed up now, and we're coming into the very tricky corner here. So I've had to stop it really early because of the nose on the thing, but at the start of the curbing, brake down 2 gears. Don't use too much apex curve, unsettles it, as you can see here. Just get a little bit of a snap and oversteer going into the dip there. Watch that yellow sausage curb, sorry. It is absolutely massive again. Use the curb as a turning marker and be very cautious through here on cold tyres. I spun it once or twice and avoid that yellow curb again. Avoid running too far wide. There's an off track and a 1 second slowdown, which will ruin your lap time here because this is a nice little straight. This has the better hairpin, this historic layout, so it's historic layout, I should say. So it is very deep under the bridge, under that gantry thing, braking all the way into the apex. Stay nice and tight. The corner opens up for you nicely. Get on that power as soon as you can and let the car run nicely wide. Bring it back nice and slow to the left-hand side. Avoid the cones, and then at this curb, as it ends, that's where we want to sort of bring the car into this awkward turn 11. Brake all the way into the apex again, and then when you see that yellow sausage curb, try and get as close as you can to it and then build in the power. We can use the exit curb here a bit more than I do there, but just be mindful there is a gravel trap. As you see the cones, turn into them, but you want to miss them. You want to be a car length over because that will put you nice on the curb there. If you cut that a bit too much, you will get a slowdown as well. End of the yellow sausage curb is our turning point for the very last corner. It is very nearly flat, this. Good lift to 50% throttle and then power it out. As I say, you can run pretty wide here, but there is an off track awkwardly as well, so be mindful of that. And that is us across the line with a 869. So yeah, hopefully that is a pretty decent lap time. I felt there was a pretty decent, pretty safe lap, to be brutally honest with you. Just be cautious on cold tyres, particularly around the longer corners, as I mentioned, turn 7, turn 9. Turn 3 can be a tricky one on cold tyres, and be careful on the first few laps. Very easy to trip over yourself in turn 1 and 2, as a few professional drivers do in the F1 calendar. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. Catch you on the next one.